If you are confident, you are confident. Speak up. So I'm Takatso Mashile, and I'm sure from the surname you can tell. And then I got married a couple of years ago, I think about 11 years ago, Kanyala into the Mashile family. And just like that, I'm so honored to be here today. Let me firstly thank Takatso for inviting me. She's my sister. Takatso is my sister. We're both Mashile. And the moment we met, we clicked and we became sisters forever. I'm stuck with her, so any event she's gonna have, now I'm on the program automatically. And I'm with my sister here, my twin sister, Innocent Sadiki, who is here with me. Sisi, I'm so excited that you're here today. My sister is very busy. Like, I know I'm busy now, but my sister is busy. So when her schedule cleared for today, I was like, thank you, Jesus. I'm going to go with my sister because I know alone I'm good, but I know together we are great. So I'm so excited that you're here with me today. And I'm so blessed to see you all here. You know, they don't show up. Look at God, hey? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing that this cause is important. Thank you for being here. I think this is how we make an impact. This is how we make a change, by showing up. Amen. I know what it's like when people see you on television, they just think, oh, okay, celebrity, oh, they're successful, they're rich, life is good, they woke up and it was like that, right? But just to give you a brief background, so me and my sister were raised by a grandmother. So Mami Lodi originally in Pretoria. Our mother passed away when we were 4 years old. Our father passed away when we were 13, if not 14. So according to the community and according to society, it was like, okay, these are orphans, they'll amount to nothing, they'll never be successful. I mean, you raised by your grandmother, what's gonna come out of that, right? But there's something that kept us in our dreams and our vision. We knew where we wanted to go. And I'm sharing this because I don't want you to be like, oh, share me, whatever. Because that's where the power of changing your narrative comes in. We had to work very hard to change the narrative. And there's a lot of kids who relate to us. Who here was raised by their grandparents, by a show of hands? Let's see. Oh, bless you. Okay, a few people here. Few people were raised by their grandparents. So not all of you will relate being so-called an orphan or not raised by your own parents. But if I can tell you, it is not the easiest thing in the world. You need to figure out life by yourself as it goes. And every single person that you see, you try and look for that parent fever, that warmth. You try and look for it. And because of that, life is not easy. But somehow we became successful through many years of auditioning. For us to be on television, we auditioned for about 10 years straight. And we got our first job, I think in 2012, we were booked for a Vanish advert on television. And then Somara, God opened doors and we were on television. But I share that story because I need you guys to realize that life is not easy for everybody. But if there's one thing that I can't stand is excuses and people telling you their sad stories. Every day we get emails, every day we get messages of people asking this and that because they think your life is better. But there is power in changing a story. There is power in changing a narrative. But for that to happen, it's for you to understand the power that you have and the ability that you have that is already within you. But if you don't know that, you aren't able to unlock that. And that's going to speak to what I want to address today. So spread love and stop the violence. Coming obviously from GBV. Spreading love is something that should be natural, right? As humans, but it's not. And that's a problem. We need to spread love more. But the truth is, when we don't love ourselves, it's very difficult to love the next person. But why is it that we do not love ourselves? What is it that we are missing in society? Sometimes somebody doesn't like you, not because it's about you, but it's about them. It's not about you. It's because of self-love. This is why we need to teach our children from when they are young that you know what, you need to love yourself, because then it's easier for them to give love. It's also easier for them to identify love. Because how many times have you been in toxic relationships because you can't identify love? Yeah. Hello. I know I've been in relationships like that. I've been in relationships where I thought somebody loves me, but because I didn't love myself, and because I didn't receive love that I needed, I can't identify whether this is love or not. And I think it's also a root of a lot of relationships that involve gender-based violence. Because you see it and you say it's love, but it's not. I'm sorry guys, now I find it very hard to love somebody that I'm scared of. Hello? Yeah. I don't know how to, today tomorrow red. If you beat me up today, and I'm crying today, tomorrow with a baby, I don't know how to mix the emotions. Like maybe I don't know. But wow, how is it that I'm supposed to give you so much love when I fear you? There's a problem. The problem is that it's not love. That's the thing. That's the root. It is not. But why do you think it's love? Because sometimes we are taught that love is something that it's not. It's not always your fault if you don't love yourself. Sometimes we are taught. I want to talk about how power lies in who you are and how power lies in your voice. For a long time, I was very confused. I was very confused in my 20s. Yes, I was raised by a grandparent. I had to choose subjects at school. I chose the easiest subjects, guys. You can the subject get grade 99. Or get grade 9, you choose a subject. I chose the easiest subjects and nobody challenged it. I was like, oh, okay, sharp. Because I was confused. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I want to go. I didn't know what I want to do. So for me, purpose is very important. So with that, which meant that I lost power to knowing who I am, right? Which means I lost power in my voice because I wasn't confident in what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. So the first thing that people do when they abuse you, they make sure you don't know who you are. Bona, value without them. It's as if they brought the value into your life. This is why being a married person, me being married is not my highest achievement. Because Gitloba married Kilimo. Mashile and hello. Why? Because marriage was an achievement for me. So things like that should never be part of a value a person. And this is why even married people, when they look down upon single people, I'm like, you have a problem. When now you think you are more important than somebody else's, it's a problem. And that's why abuse starts even amongst females themselves. And that's why that guy will treat you like Uzamile. That's why some people say, when they threaten you. Because why? He doesn't want you to know the power that you have. And you know what happens? You start being silent. But here's my problem with silence. I am told this is what's happening, take it or leave it. The highway or nothing. Then there's a problem. You need to have a voice. These are the things that we're not taught. You're taught to submit. We've been taught the wrong way. A man that loves you will never treat you like that. A person that loves you will never threaten to take you back home. A person that loves you will never give you choices. Oh, okay, is this or the highway? So together, what is it that we want? Where is it that we want to go? Together. Next, let's say, don't silence me, it is my power. Don't silence me, it is my gift. Don't silence me, it is my talent. Let me tell you about someone that doesn't love you. When someone doesn't love you, they'll never let you use your talents and your gifts. Amen. And your talents and your gifts are what you are born with from God. And those are the things that are going to give you the most fulfillment. And you're going to be the happiest when you do that. And that speaks to purpose. I don't know about you, but I mentioned that I was very confused at some point in my life. I started marketing, I did this. But it's only when I started doing television and I started being in the media industry that I became happy. When I was broke or I had a lot of money, I was happy. Why? Because I did what I loved. And you know what abusive people do? They make you stop doing that very thing that you love. That gift that puts a smile on your face, they take it away. And every day you become what? Weaker, and you become what? Silenced, you become what? Unhappy. Please do me a favor. If you don't know what puts a smile on your face, if you don't know what makes you happy, go and find it. Find it. It's not too late. Whether you are 10, you are 20, you are 30. At 27 years old, being married with kids, I went back to school at 27 and I said never. I can offer more to the world. I'm too talented. 27 years old, I walked into a classroom and they were like, and then because I was already on television. Like where I asked for long, but I knew the vision. I knew what keeps me awake at night. I knew what makes me happy and I knew what makes me smile. And I knew it's never, ever too late. Am I talking to somebody in here? Okay. You know, even at the most lowest point in my life, even being married to my husband, one thing that I knew is that my voice is my power. But that's a man that loves you. Even then, because you know when you don't have anything, that's when people walk all over you. But that's when you need to know who you are. Lonely bro, why is that people in a soul? Because I'm not child. Why? Simple as I'm not man, you're probably smart to cover. Yeah? If you're serious, man, why you was kept saying? But don't think that I was kept saying. Like what? Know who you are and don't ever lose your voice. Speak up. A lot of the times being unspoken has been misunderstood. But don't wa papa, ubulela too much. And this one has been overused. You're independent. A lot of men will say, I think I almost independent. What's that, man? What's that? What do you mean? When people are intimidated by people who know who they are, by people who know their power, they call them almost independent. Do you know why? They've been silent for so long that I watch them. Confidence. It's not their problem. It's because of they were not in a situation where they could speak up. But now because you don't have a choice, you're gonna listen to them. So don't let people misunderstand your personality. If you are confident, you are confident. Speak up. We are not less of people because we are women. And we hear it so often and we hear it so much. But we need to understand that society wasn't always like this. Even freedom, it's been 20 years. 20 years is a very short space of time. Women having a voice, and women having leadership, women having an opinion, women having power, it hasn't been a long time. It's still a new thing to a lot of people. Don't think everybody's excited for you because now when you have a voice, you have a position at work, you have this, you have a... It's still very new. And this is why you need to know that power goes with you. It's not something that can be stilled with you, but is a part of you. I want to talk about pouring out from a cup that can never be taken away. We are mothers, we are parents, we are sisters, and it's very important for us to fill our cups right, for us to be able to pour out. At some point, GBV needs to stop. And it will stop. But there's still learned behaviors. There's still things that women are taught. There's still things that men are taught. So we need to know what is it that we teach our children. What is it that we're going to pour out to them? Alright, sharp, when we have the situation happening now with something else. But when we can avoid the situation, we need to work towards that. our teachings to our children, not only should they be taught in school about GBV, about knowing their worth, about knowing their importance, about knowing how to say no, about walking away, should be a normal conversation to both girls and boys. So with that said, I want us to consciously walk with open arms to give information, to give part of ourselves, to give our stories to our children, to society. This is why I said yes to be here today, although I've never experienced gender-based violence, but I know other forms of abuse. I know what it's like to be on the other side, and I was like, I cannot say no to this, because it starts with an open hand, being willing to have the conversation, being willing to have the change, because you know what, you might be sitting here, you were brave enough to come here, other people are not brave enough to come here. Other people never even knew that what they are going through is abuse. But because somebody spoke about their story, they know there is something wrong with that. And that's why it's important for us people in the media to also use our voice, our influence, our following to speak out and tell our stories. Let me close. So the last part, no one should ever steal from you. Not your joy, not your peace, not your health. How many of us are in our 30s taking chronic medication because you're emotionally abused? Nobody should what? Say with me, nobody should steal anything from you. And I say steal because it's taken not because you want, it's because of the situation you are in. No one should steal your voice. Always speak out. No one should steal your freedom. No one should ever steal the power that is within you. And most importantly, no one should ever steal the purpose that God has instilled within you. There's a reason why you are born like this. You are holding something very special. And if there is a person in your life that doesn't want you to see that what you're holding is powerful and is strong, then you are with the wrong person. Nobody must steal your purpose. Hello? Are we here? Are we here? If you can create, if you can paint, if you can do poetry, you cannot replace that. Only this specific person can do it. It's yours. And never let anybody take it away from you. And please don't forget my homework. Remember who you are and what makes you smile. What is it that keeps you up at night? It's not too late to go back to that. You know, I'm all about purpose because it took me a very long time to find my purpose. And the moment I found my purpose, I lived a beautiful life. I was able to be happy and to be fulfilled in life. And I'll never stop talking about purpose. I will never stop talking about purpose because I know purpose is the only thing that can take you out of a very low situation in life and find yourself successful and you don't know how did I do it. It's because you have followed the blueprint that God had originally set for you, and no one should come in between that. So thank you so much for giving me your time. I can only pray and hope 1%, even 1%, had something that I had to say.